Oh, hey there. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Obviously, it's morning. Well, maybe not obviously because I drink coffee all the time. But it is morning, Saturday morning. We don't have anything going on this weekend, so I thought, like, hey, let's do some baking. I pulled out a recipe. This is all it says: soda biscuits. There are 5 ingredients and no instructions. This should be fun. All right, if you hear my washing machine in the background, sorry, I wasn't planning on making a TikTok and things need to be washed. So we have 5 ingredients today. We've got buttermilk, baking soda, baking powder, flour, and lard. This could be an epic fail. I'll still post it if it is. Learn from my mistakes, I guess. So they have it listed in a really weird way. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to go in. So we're gonna start with our dry ingredients because that's sort of baking 101. I have 2 cups of flour. No, I didn't sift it. No, I'll never sift it. But I did measure it out with a scoop like this. So there's that. All right, and then I'm gonna add the baking soda, which is a 1/4 teaspoon. I had to do some deep digging for a 1/4 teaspoon. And then 1 teaspoon baking powder. Also, I bought a fresh thing of baking powder. I don't bake much. I think the one I have is like, I don't know, 10 years old. So I thought, hey, let's do some updating here. So we have 1 teaspoon. And then I think we're gonna just mix this together with the fork I have sitting here. Ta-da, looks good. All right, now we're gonna add the buttermilk. So it's 1 cup of buttermilk. And y'all, I don't like have buttermilk in my fridge. I had my husband grab some early in the week because a lot of these recipes seem to have it, and I thought like, hey, we should have it on, ooh, that smells. Sorry, we should have it on hand. All right, and then it says a tablespoon of lard. I have shortening. Hopefully that's the same. Hopefully it works. I also don't know how this is gonna go. So we're gonna put that in there. I would imagine I need to get that to mix in. Which is why I have a fork out, because I think I'm gonna have to like use a fork to mix it. I don't know. I see those videos where they have like the fancy cutters when they put cold butter into things, and then I even saw one where they were like grated it with a cheese grater. So I don't know. That might be too fancy for me. The fork seems to be working. I'll be back. All right, I'm gonna have to do my hands because this is making a mess. Oh, it's very sticky, and I just dropped some on the floor, and I don't know. This is not looking promising, guys. All right, I don't want to over mix it. This is what it looks like. There's still stuff floating in the bottom of the bowl, but it's not incorporating, and I don't have time to mess with it, so it's staying there. All right, I've never done things on my counter before. I just wiped them down. This is what I remember my grandma doing, so we're gonna give it a shot. I don't own a rolling pin. It's one of those things that I had for like, I don't know, ever and never used. So it got donated when we moved into this house, or maybe the house before. I don't know. Every time I Marie Kondo, I get rid of stuff. Doesn't seem to be too crazy sticky, so that's good. I also don't own any like biscuit cutters or cookie cutters. So I saw someone else use a glass. This looks like a good biscuit size, so we're gonna try it. Oh. Just blew flour out on me. Oh no, the dog's awake. She's coming to get me. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I am putting them on a greased cookie sheet. Well, by grease, I mean Pam, because I'm a child of the 80s and 90s and you put Pam on everything. So let me get them all cut and we'll get them in the oven. Not a fan. All right, guys, I got like 8 wine glass size biscuits out of that batch with this much left over. Now it's really sticky, so I'm not messing with it. There's no instructions on the card for how long to bake them or how hot, so I have my oven set at 350. Seems to be the universal temperature for a lot of things, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on them and I'll let you know. So I've done a lot of dishes this week. I'm not a big fan of dishes. We've talked about that before. But I don't know that I'll ever put flour on my counter again. I don't want to clean this up. This is not fun. update. I apparently got some dough on the floor and stepped on it, so now I'm cleaning dough off the floor. All right, well, they're starting to look like biscuits. It's been about 6 minutes. All right, we have biscuits. They look like biscuits. They're not very brown on the top. I also don't think I got the flour incorporated all the way in because they have like a light flour dusting. But they do look like biscuits. We're gonna have to try them. Give them a second. Anyone else have a tiny dog that knows when you've cooked something? All right, here we go. They're not that good. They'd be fine if you put gravy on them. They're edible. So if you have these things in your fridge and you want to do it, go for it. But I don't know if that's good. I think they need salt. Salt would have helped. Or maybe if you used actual lard, like bacon fat or something, they would have more flavor. But yeah.